What's up, y'all? What's that? AM. Just came from the stove. Oh, I'm doing rough, man. I'm rough, man. Shoot. Like this one young lady said. She said, it's hard times. It's hard times. She be tripping me out when she say that shit. But anyway, listen. You know, listen. One of the most beautiful things in the world is to know that the Most High dwell in you. What's inside of you? What's inside of you? Do you remember how you was created? Do you remember how you was born into the world? What was inside of your mother? What was inside of your mother? You see, what's inside of you? What was inside of your mother? What was inside of your mother? What's inside of you? What's the name of the architect that allowed your mother to incubate you from the father's seed in its nucleus, inside of that seed, that blueprint of from the Most High? You see, what's inside, what was inside of your mother? What was inside of your mother? What if you can just take that understanding and know that your mother and your father produced a God? When they binded themselves together, they produced a God. You see, and your mother had to endure that pain since conception. Your mother had to endure that pain since conception. You see, your moms, you see, who was comforting your mom? Did she have anybody around? You know what I'm saying? Do they call being a certain way gentle to your wife? Do they call that weakness? What's inside of the womb? What's growing inside of the womb of your mother? You see, did the Most High create itself by two? You see, by two. So if this is true, what or how do one say, or how do one become a dependent when they're fully grown in what this world called adulthood? You see, how do you become independent of the two that you came from? Just imagine you as a singular who came out the womb after the nourishment and the food, you see, and the teachings of your mother and your father, these laws that's inside of them. Imagine Imagine you being pushed out the nest with no positives around you, no negatives around you. You're going to have to decipher the world's play. You see, you're going to have to figure out who you are as one being that came out of that womb. So there's some type of independence there. You see, every nation that conquered this world, every nation that conquered lands, you see, they all had a sense of independence and governance. Just imagine if you were dependent on something that you can't see. But in the long run, there are those who know that you are dependent on something that you can't see. You see, because you don't know who you are and you don't know where you come from, but you know in what the scripts say though, but you don't know internally where you come from and who you are. You see, you don't know. You see, it's you who put yourself in slavery. It's you who put yourself in captivity. It's you who kill each other. It's you who open these doors for those who know who you are and know that you don't know who you are. And so they just come and pounce on you. They come and rage you and murder you. You see, cause mayhem for generations to come because they know who you are, but they know you forgot. Or you were so vain by your beauty that you failed. You see, you fell from grace. So how did everybody else have grace but you? How did everybody have this type of grace but you don't have it for some reason? You have it to make you successful in Satan's kingdom. So when you talk about being successful, you understand that you are successful in Hesetan's kingdom. You see, this is when you understand the fact and then you come down. You see, you start coming down and you start learning these bodies. You see, these true bodies. And they all start from the two you came from. That intimacy. You see, that law that enabled you to get here. That same process is done out here in the life. They split it. You see, day and night. But you spent 270 days. Hey, now. Yeah. But you spent 270 days in triple darkness developing. You see, developing in triple darkness. So, you must have some type of understanding of that power. You see, of where growth gets its beginning.